Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex coming back in today with a brand new video, and today we're talking about the Chapter 2 of Eden Zero, which I was going to get out yesterday 100%. It's just, I just got behind schedule, and I was doing other things. I wasn't in the house even. So, Eden Zero, Chapter 2, I'm used to saying episodes since I usually just strictly do anime reviews, but this Chapter 2 was really good. I think this show is really starting off better than the original Fairy Tail did, right? Not saying this is sequel to Fairy Tail, because it's not, but it's starting off way more interesting. It's making us ask questions, and that once again goes to the world which is the cosmos, space. The world that is these multiple different planets that we're going to be exploring, and that's just really cool to see. There's so many questions that that you have, especially whenever we get introduced to the goddess at the beginning of this chapter. Her saying, "Will you be the one that the hero of the cosmos, or will you be a demon lord?" She says. So that's interesting because remember the person that supposedly brought him up was a demon lord, right? That's what he is called. So seeing that he actually gave him the Aether gear and stuff that is from the Dark Ages that we find out this episode, this chapter. I keep saying episode, but this chapter as well. That's something that really raises a lot of questions, right? So that's something I'm really excited to see. I love the tone shift. I love like this I guess scientific atmosphere, this sci-fi atmosphere. So far the show does feel like it has a sci-fi feel to it. Will the anime be able to, I guess, correlate that? Will it be able to show, hey, this is a sci-fi, this is that genre? I don't know, and I don't want to talk about anime really at all in general because it has a long way to go before it even gets there. This is only chapter 2. So, hopping into the first thing, I want to say this series shows that it's a little darker. Seeing that Happy was actually killed and then he is reconstructed into a robot form is something that I did not expect, especially when he started to turn into guns. And it's nice to see that, Rebecca is a little bit more stronger than Lucy to start off. So, I mean, that's something that's really, that really is refreshing to see. But really hopping on to the main thing that I really want to talk about right now is Hero must really pay attention to YouTube and, anime YouTubers, because they kept, they keep talking about these B-cubers, and they get paid, dictated by views and all these kind of things, and just goes to show that he really pays attention to YouTube. He has to, because there's so many references to YouTube. Obviously, B-cube, you make these videos, you post them online, you get views and you get paid for them. He's definitely paying attention to, I guess, the anime YouTubers. I can only imagine. He pays attention to them not necessarily just for Fairy Tail reviews or any kind of Fairy Tail content. Really, I would say he pays attention to it all. He has to. He really must, pay attention to all that stuff, because I know he's really into gaming and stuff too. So maybe it comes from not necessarily anime YouTube, but it comes from just YouTube in general. So that's something that is really cool to see. But also at the same time, we do get to see that Rebecca and Happy, they're basically taking Natsu's slot, right? It's basically like the 180. It's like Lucy was Happy in the beginning, except, we found out that they both were alone and they feel as if they're both thrown away. So that's something that I really want to know what's going on with that, because we know Lucy in Fairy Tail was obviously someone who was born from wealth. She was not thrown away, she ran away, and now they did the 180 with the character. So I do like that. Everything seems like it's backwards kind of, right? So hopping on to the next thing, the Meteor Guild, I believe it was. So Meteor Torch Guild is actually what it was. The Meteor Torch Guild is something that I'm excited to see in the next chapter, because that's whenever we probably get introduced to all our other characters, right? So I'm really excited to see this. I'm really happy to see where this goes, because once again, this is kind of the 180 of Fairy Tail. Who got Lucy into the guild? Natsu. This time, Shiki, aka Natsu, is getting put into the guild by Lucy, aka Rebecca. So everything's just doing just a lot of 180s. And of course that changes the story. That changes the way the narrative will progress. It will be different, than Fairy Tail for sure. One, the theme or the place in which it takes place is 100 times different. Like, oh my gosh. So endlessly different, actually. So right then there, it's going to be a lot different. And then, of course, when you hop into what's going on and how the characters are getting acquainted and how their backstories are already different, of course, we're going to, of course, it's going to be different than Fairy Tail. Of course, it's going to be just totally different. I mean, especially whenever we have the system to where we travel from planet to planet. We travel from, I guess, universe to universe, per se. So that right there, of course, is going to be different. And then, of course, at the end, we actually get Urza, a.k.a. Some pirate, the Crimson Red. I can't remember what her name was, okay? But nonetheless, it's Urza. That's all that really, matters in the end. So we get Urza, and it may be an evil character. It may not be a good guy. She is a space pirate, and whenever you have the pirate name, usually that means bad. But who knows what this will, will really truly turn into. So I don't know. She's known about Shiki. Apparently, they've been keeping an eye on the situation, and now they've heard about it. Now the time has finally come to act. So, what do you guys think of this chapter? Chapter 2 of, well, Eden Zero. Let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.